on the other side of this, we do have the Mavericks. Let's get to that. Sacramento in Dallas last night. This one's fun. Okay, Kyrie with 15 seconds left. Then Jamar, 3 seconds left. Mavs try to get the final shot off. No, so we go to overtime. This thing is a lot of Jamar, you guys, and I'm excited to talk about. There's Clay with a 3. That's 10 seconds left in OT. No worries, mate. Jamar with the win. He finished with a season high 42, 7 rebounds, including, of course, that game winner that you just saw. Kyrie with 39 and 7. Lou, let's start with Jamar's game winner, because there's a double team and then there's just isn't.
Mid-range.
I gotta
Exactly.
I gotta call my guy promptly after I get off this show with y'all, because that shot looks mighty familiar. It looks like a shot that I made a lot of money with, man. I gotta have a conversation with my buddy right here. But this is who DeMar DeRozan is, just patient, knowing that he has a matchup that's gonna go his way. A lot of guys that you put in front of him is gonna go his way, but he's a mid-range guy. He's a mid-range killer from the left side of the floor to the right side of the floor, 18 feet in. He's going to be one of the most dangerous guys with a basketball in his hand. So to have him there one-on-one on an island for the game and him to find one of his many spots, 18 feet in, that's a game winner. Even from the step through when they had him trapped, that's just patience. That's just footwork. That's just who he is. That's what he's going to do for the Sacramento Kings. So no surprise there to me, but I am going to give him a hard time because that fadeaway on the left side, that looks mighty familiar. So we got to have a conversation to see if he's been watching some Lou Will film there.
God, I love the visual of that. Him just studying Lou Will film. I want that to be the case. I mean, look, it was beautiful, Chandler. Like, you hate to see it for Dallas, and we'll get to sort of the bad luck that continues for them, but man, just to not be able to win this one, and then we also get to the Gafford of it all. What'd you make of DeRozan before we move on?
Oh, just you still got it. Just 3 words, still got it. It's funny because the league has gone so 3-point heavy, and DeMar DeRozan still just bears down, plays his game. I just remember when I played against DeMar, you have to stay down every single time he has the ball because he's so good at shot faking and using angles and getting to where he wants to get to, and he still does it. And again, the game has changed, but he has stayed the same. So I love the fact that he can still go get you 42. And by the way, he was 4 of 6 from 3 last night, so it's not like he's not capable of making threes. So I love the fact that he's thriving. He looks like he's having fun. He's always hit big shots. He's always come in the crunch time and hit a lot of game-winning, game-tying shots. So I love it for DeMar. I couldn't be happier for him. On the other side,
Yeah.
just a disaster. I'll let you get into it, but it couldn't be worse for them right now.
It is start to reevaluate your whole life and think, was I an awful person in a previous life? Because the sports gods right now are not having it in Dallas. So yes, they blow a double-digit lead. That's the game side of things. But Daniel Gafford had to be helped off the court in this one with a right knee sprain. So let's just add him now to AD, Derek Lively, and Dwight Powell, who are all out. Chandler, you got to feel for him. Whether you're a Mavs fan or not, this is a lot. It's a lot to handle.
PJ Washington also out. Caleb Martin, another guy they just tried for, he's out. So again, it's a weird time for the Mavs, right? Because this trade happened out of nowhere. You trade your mega superstar at 25 years old, which never happens, in full secrecy. You trade him for a guy who, by the way, who's been dominant all season long and it continues to be great when he's healthy, but he's had a lot of health issues. So it's tough. Your whole fan base has basically turned on you. They're protesting outside the arena. There's beefing up security for the GM because he's getting death threats. Like it's all just from one single just secret trade. Everything's kind of spiraled. We're just talking about a team that was in the finals last year. Talking about a team that's on the rise. They add Klay Thompson. They get PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford, which make them so much better last year. And then it's just like now it's this whole different situation, this whole new team. And it's just the timing of it just did not make sense to me. And now, again, you see all that they're hit with the injury bug. And it's tough. It's going to be tough for them to overcome this. Everything I hear, too, Anthony Davis, his injury is a lot more serious than it's led to. They knew about this injury, too, before, and it kind of rushed him back to play. And now it's re-aggravated. So it's just not good. I hope they can get healthy, and I hope they can find a way, because when they are loaded, they are a great team and they're going to win a lot of games. But man, it just seems like when it rains, it pours for these guys right now. And it's an interesting move for the owner to make so early in buying the team.
What's Lou thinking about?
The security did what?
Yeah.
What am I
Nico's been getting like death threats and racial stuff thrown his way to where like they literally hired security for him. And
like at his house and stuff.
Yeah,
like
at his house, not just at the arena. He switched his seat at the games. Like it's like, I'm just saying that it seems like a lot, but that just shows you how upset this fan base is just from one move.
Everybody got to relax. You know what? I think reignited them being a little upset is Anthony Davis getting hurt, because when he played that first game, everybody kind of calmed down like, you know what? We may be okay. We may be okay. This is a great start. Then boom, he gets injured. Now you lose the game in overtime. Emotions are running high again. And now I'm hearing that he needs security and he's facing death threats on a trade from a basketball, from a NBA game, from doing your job. Come on, Dallas. We got to relax.
Well, wait, Lou. There's more.
Did you see what happened last night?
There we go. Let's get into that because the fans had signs. They were chanting "Fire Nico." There were signs "Fire Nico." Security was going after some people. Got ejected. Jason Kidd. I'm going to just give you everything, and then we're going to react. Jason Kidd didn't speak after the game, as we know. Coaches normally speak after games. Mark Cuban was getting into it with fans who were chanting during Dallas Mavericks free throws. He told them to shut the F up and sit the F down.
Well, he can do that now because he's one of the biggest fans that the Dallas Mavericks have. So,
but like, I do think I have mixed emotions on if you just hold up a sign that says "Fire Nico." Do you get ejected for that? Like,
no.
Come on, that seems a little high.
That is part of the fan experience. There's no profanity. There's no disrespect there. That is being a fan. That is being a fanatic. That is that's what makes this game great. I don't have to agree with you if you do things that disrupts my fandom. I don't have to agree with you, even if you're my home team, and I can be displeased with decisions that you make, and I can protest that peacefully at games. So for the idea of them stopping this or kicking people out is going to be a PR nightmare that they can't even imagine. I don't see where this even makes sense. Yeah, Chandler.
They put fans on the Jumbotron last night to sing a song, and dudes and mouth "Fire Nico," and they kicked him out of the game. They kicked him out of the game.
Not in my America. Not in my America. Peaceful protests. Come on.
This is a bad look, Dallas. It's a spiral right now from top to bottom. You know, even I just heard the news. This is my first time hearing that Jason Kidd didn't speak with media last night. Like, that's unheard of for your head coach to not give his thoughts and his comments about the game that they just played and competed in. You know, outside of Nico and outside of Luka and Anthony Davis, you owe your fan base and everybody some type of statements about the game that was played, especially an overtime thriller that you lost by 1 point. Game. Yeah, we want some understanding about those things, and so this is a bad look, top to bottom. This is crazy.
Here's the problem. The more the story is, the more they win, I think the more fans will get on board, and they will stop doing this type of stuff. The problem is with all these injuries stacking up and all these guys missing time, and Anthony Davis being out at least a month, it's going to be tough for them to tread water and to win games. And at the same time, these fans are going to be watching the Lakers very closely, and they're going to see them running away with it, playing the Jazz, playing the Charlotte Hornets, you know, winning these games. And they're going to think, wow, we should still have this guy. So again, it's not necessarily about them. It's more about Luka. It's more about just the secrecy of the trade and the deal. So it's going to take some time. I mean, they literally booed Patrick Dumont, the owner, the governor of the Mavericks, as he walked off the court last night. Like, this isn't going to just happen. This isn't going to get better overnight until they start winning games. And the expectations now are so high, and the pressure for this team to win now after going to the finals last year is extraordinary. And I don't think they're going to win and reach those expectations now of the fan base. So I don't see it getting better anytime soon.
They double down on this Luka narrative that he doesn't take care of himself and he's not the guy for the future. And This is bad. They're gonna have to win a ton of games for this fan base to
they're gonna have to win a title. They're gonna have to win a title.
Yeah.
Title.
I was trying to be nice about it, but yes, like that is the only way that you kind of wiggle your way out of this. You got to win a title.
You need crisis management right now. This is like y'all said. This is a PR disaster.
They need to win a championship, or this fans will never forgive until they. I think the only way this fan base will like the Mavs again is if the owner fires Nico Harrison. I swear, I think it's going down that route. Like I think they are.
Which, by the way, one day we need to get into that, because do we think this dude just like woke up and did all this without the approval of others, but yet he is the face of the decision, so it's like he's obviously going to get the front of it.
It kind of feels like it, so we need more information.
We need a lot of information, but in the meantime, disaster. And by the way, for 3 quarters on Saturday, it felt like, oh, you know what? This might be okay. All right.
Yeah.
And just sports are mean. Sports are rude.